She thought I'd never find out about her weekend work trips, so I packed my bags and left without a word. My name's Daniel, 32, living in Seattle. I work as a systems analyst for a mid-sized tech firm. I'm not flashy, not overly emotional, just a guy who believed in loyalty and building a future with someone you trust. That someone was Claire. Claire and I met at a local bookstore 3 years ago. We both reached for the same copy of The Bell Jar. Kinda cliché, I know. We laughed, made small talk, and ended up grabbing coffee. That turned into dinner, which turned into dates, sleepovers, meeting families, and before long, we were living together in a cozy 2-bedroom apartment just outside Capitol Hill. She was a freelance graphic designer, creative, witty, and passionate about every little thing she did. She made our apartment feel like a home. Thrifted art, quirky throw pillows, fairy lights. We used to dance while making pancakes on Sunday mornings. She used to leave sticky notes on my laptop like, "You're killing it," or "Miss you already," when I left early for work. It was the kind of relationship that made my single friends envious. But now that I'm sitting here writing this, I can't help but feel like I missed all the signs. Maybe I ignored them. It started with subtle changes. Claire got a new client about 7 months ago, some startup based in Portland. She told me she'd need to travel there once a month for face-to-face sessions. At first, I was proud. She was growing professionally. But then came the late-night calls, texts she wouldn't let me see, and the weekends where she claimed to be working off-site with the team but wouldn't answer her phone for hours. I tried not to be that guy, the insecure boyfriend. I wanted to trust her, so I buried my doubts. But the gut knows. A month ago, I was grabbing my hoodie from her bag. We were headed to a friend's barbecue, and it was windy, and her phone buzzed. The notification preview read, "Can't wait to hold you again tonight, Z." I froze. I remember exactly how my chest tightened, how my fingers felt cold. She snatched the phone the moment she noticed me staring. "Private work message," she muttered. Really? I didn't confront her that day. Instead, I started paying attention. I checked our shared credit card statement and found a hotel charge in Portland for 3 nights, while she told me she was staying with her female friend, Bree. I called Bree, pretending I wanted to send Claire flowers. Bree hesitated before admitting, "Wait, Claire wasn't with me that weekend." That was the crack in the dam. I finally confronted her last Thursday. We were having dinner, pasta and wine, like old times. I laid everything out, the text, the hotel, the lie about Bree. She didn't deny it. She just looked down and said, "It's not what you think." I laughed. That bitter, disbelieving kind of laugh. "Then what is it, Claire? Because it looks like you're sleeping with someone named Z while I'm here making your damn Spotify playlists." She started crying, saying it was a mistake, that it just happened, and that she didn't mean for it to go this far. She begged me not to leave. Said it was a phase, confusion, something she had to figure out. I didn't yell. I didn't cry. I just packed a bag and left that night. Now I'm staying at my buddy Mark's place, sleeping on his couch, and staring at the ceiling wondering how the hell I didn't see this coming sooner. Mark's couch wasn't exactly built for long-term stays. It creaked every time I shifted, and his dog, a snoring bulldog named Max, had claimed half of the blanket. But even with the discomfort, it felt better than being in that apartment with Claire. The first few days were a blur. I didn't eat much. Didn't really sleep either. Just replayed every moment of our relationship, wondering when the truth started slipping through the cracks. I kept asking myself, was she ever really happy with me? Or was I just a placeholder until someone better came along? Claire texted me the morning after I left. A long message filled with apologies, excuses, and emotional appeals. "You're the only man I've ever truly loved," she wrote. "Please don't throw this away. We can fix it. I messed up, but I still want us." I didn't respond. Later that day, she emailed me a link to a shared Google Doc titled, "For Us." It was filled with pictures of us, inside jokes, poems, even a list of things she loved about me. "You make me feel safe. You never judged my weird art obsession. You believed in me when I didn't." It was manipulative, but damn it, it hurt. I finally talked to my sister, Jen. She was never Claire's biggest fan, said she had a selfish streak, but kept it to herself for my sake. When I told her everything, she just sighed and said, "I'm sorry, Danny. But maybe this was the universe saving you from wasting more years on someone who couldn't respect you." Her words hit hard, but they were true. About a week in, I decided I needed closure. Not the screaming kind, just an honest conversation. So I called Claire and told her to meet me at Green Lake Park. Neutral ground. She showed up looking tired, like she hadn't been sleeping either. Her eyes were puffy, hair tied back messily. For a moment, I felt that familiar tug in my chest. But I reminded myself, she betrayed you. We sat on a bench by the water. "I'm not going to beg," she said softly. "But I need you to know that it wasn't just about him." My jaw clenched. Then what was it about? "I felt invisible," she said. like I was losing myself in our routine. You were always busy with work, and I didn't know how to say I needed more without sounding ungrateful. I nodded slowly. So instead of talking to me, you talked to someone else. Slept with someone else. She flinched. It wasn't just physical. He listened. Made me feel desired again. But it was stupid. It meant nothing in the end. I looked at her. You don't accidentally fall into someone's bed, Claire. That's not a mistake. It's a choice. And every time you texted him, lied to me, booked a hotel, you kept making that choice. Tears started falling down her face. I miss you, she whispered. I miss the version of you I thought I knew. I replied. We sat in silence after that. The air between us was thick with things left unsaid. I stood up and said, Take care of yourself, Claire. She reached out to touch my hand, but I pulled away gently. That night, I blocked her number. I knew if I kept the door open even an inch, she'd try to crawl back through it. And a part of me would let her. But I couldn't do that to myself again. It's been 5 months now. Funny how quickly you can go from sharing every detail of your life with someone to treating them like a ghost. Claire and I haven't spoken since that last meeting in the park. I stuck to my decision. No calls, no texts, no checking her socials. Mark joked that I deserved a gold medal for not breaking the no-contact rule, and honestly, it wasn't easy. But it was necessary. I moved out of Mark's place after a few weeks. Found a 1-bedroom apartment in Fremont. Nothing fancy, just mine. I started hitting the gym again. Joined a local trivia night with some coworkers, and even picked up my old guitar. For the first time in a long time, I was building something just for me. One night in early March, I ran into Bree, the friend Claire had lied about staying with. She was at a coffee shop downtown, reading. We made awkward eye contact, then smiled politely. She came over and said, Hey, I've been meaning to say I'm sorry. For what? I asked. For not warning you sooner. I knew something was off with Claire. She told me about the other guy, Zane or Zach or whoever, but she swore it was just emotional. I didn't buy it, but I didn't want to get in the middle. I nodded. I get it. No hard feelings. Then she said something that stuck with me. Claire never realized what she had, and she's going to regret that for a long, long time. I didn't know how to feel hearing that. Vindicated? Sad. I guess it was a mix of both. But it wasn't my problem anymore. Last week, I got a letter in the mail. No return address, just my name written in familiar handwriting. Inside was a handwritten note from Claire. She said she was moving to Portland permanently. That Zane turned out to be someone very different when they weren't sneaking around. Apparently, he ghosted her after 3 months. She wrote, I lost everything for a fantasy. You were real. You were the one who showed up for me every single day, and I betrayed you. I'll never stop regretting that. There was no plea to get back together. Just a quiet confession. And maybe, finally, some honesty. I folded the letter and slid it into a drawer. Not because I wanted to keep it, but because I didn't need to destroy it either. It's just a piece of my past now. People always ask how you get over betrayal. The truth? You don't. Not completely. It becomes a scar you carry, a reminder of what you survived and what you won't tolerate again. I've started dating again. Nothing serious yet, but it feels good to be open, to connect. I'm not rushing anything. I'm just living. The betrayal didn't break me. It shook me, yeah? It made me question everything I thought I knew about love and trust. But in a strange way, it also brought me back to myself. I'm not angry anymore. I'm not bitter, just wiser. If you're reading this because you're going through something similar, you're not alone. And you'll get through it too. One brutal truth at a time. I appreciate you watching till the end. Hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for more content.